Robbie, you must be absolutely thrilled with the result and the performance today, are you?
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't be happier, to be honest. I think I've just heard that we're the first team to win here, so yeah, that makes it even better as well. We know we're a really good team, and at points we've showed it, but inconsistencies maybe creeped in at times. But I think we've proved how good we can be to a man. You know, everybody. We've got a big squad as well. You know, got players that can come into the team as well, and you know, as the subs, they changed the game for us and helped us win the game. But you know, it's nice to be the scorer as well to win the game, being a defender. So yeah, I can't be happier.
Used to see you that high up the pitch, but not seen you fire a rocket like that. I don't think.
I think maybe a shot for everybody. You know, seeing me shoot. But you know, I had belief in myself. You know, I took that almost a perfect touch. I read the pass first of all, perfect touch, and yeah, I knew I'm capable. I'm happy to get my first goal.
Yeah, that must be a special feeling, to get the first goal for the club.
Yeah, first goal. You know, especially doing it in front of the fans. It was nice to do it up that end of the pitch. So as I said, you know, I'm honestly so happy.
Do you feel the team has been threatening to do that against St Johnstone in the other two games?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually feel like obviously today, the 3 games we've played against, I think we've been almost really good for all of them. For most parts of the game, you know, I think the first half here when we played them 2-1 defeat, I thought we were brilliant. Obviously the first 10 minutes we had to ride our luck, but it almost feels like it's I wouldn't say the lesser games, but the ones low in the league that we're kind of stumbling on, and then we come up against, you know, the teams higher up in the league, and you know, we're putting on top performances, and we just need to get that consistency right. But we'll get that.
If that consistency comes, then I mean that's you now in the playoff places. If that consistency comes, then you'd hope to stay there or move even further.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Table, yeah. That's
the goal. You know, obviously where we are, you know, we want to get playoffs, but we want to look even higher than that. Knowing with the players we've got in the building, and obviously the staff we've got and getting the gaffer, they've got real aspirations, you know, to get the club back up. So, and we're a huge club and we know that. So yeah, there's real motivation in that. And I'm changing room, and I've got it. I'm fired up, you know, to try and get this club back where it belongs.
How important was it to follow up? Obviously, a great performance result last week in this game today, and how much belief can that give you, you know, going forward into the games you've got coming up as well?
Oh, it gives us so much, you know, positivity. I mean, the last 3 games, all different in their own way. You know, a derby, a massive Scottish Cup game, and then you know today against the leaders. So yeah, we've proved that you know we can match anybody and even be better than them, as I felt we were today. Yeah, it gives us so much positive. We need to make sure we do it right next week as well. You know, they're almost the games that matter even more. You know, they're the bread and butter. You know, if we get that right, you know, we can creep up the table even more.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It seems like the bigger the occasion this season, you guys have been rising to it, but with all due respect, and like maybe Energy next week, for example, but that's a game that you need to kind of keep that consistency level, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I almost don't want to put it down to, you know, mentality, because I know the group are strong in there. You know, I just maybe on the day we've just not performed, and I wouldn't say we don't want to win, and you know, we've not performed on that day. But then obviously the bigger games we have performed. It's just one of the things that happen in football.
So there must be huge scope for improvement in this team, given that so many big players, like maybe younger ones as well, and are improving all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the age of the group is crazy actually, and you know how well we've been doing. It's crazy to be a part of, but you know I love it. Coming obviously through an academy, I love young players playing. You know, I see it all the time on the TV. I actually love how good we are as a young group. You know how good we've done, and I quite like that we're known as the youngest team in the league. I quite like that. It gives us an added, you know, bite and fire that we can match anybody in the older experienced squads.
Do you think that helps harness a spirit as well? You're all in it together, you know, those younger boys.
Yeah, it does. And if you came and watched the training's through the roof. You know, everybody's full of energy. Everybody's got, you know, the same motivation, and it's to win games in football club, games for this football club, and get the club back where it belongs.
Good man, Fraser.
Brilliant.
All the best.